Hello friends, I am Manoj Parsai with inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, let us understand the meaning of the chapter first. Inverse trigonometric function. Okay, I think you are thinking that whether this is a chapter which is related to first chapter. Yes, it is related to first chapter. In the first chapter, we have discussed about invertibility, inverse function. So obvious it is based on a function, trigonometric function. Okay, look at here. Domain and it is codomain. Domain, codomain, there is a function. Okay. Suppose you are right here the function f of x is equal to sine x. Simple trigonometric function, it is not an inverse trigonometric function, it is a trigonometric function. Okay. F of x is equal to sine x. Suppose the domain is set of real number and codomain is also set of real number from real to real. Okay. This is a function. In this function, first let us discuss about whether the function is 1 1 onto yes or no. Okay. Function is 1 1 onto. We are going to check it whether it is 1 1 onto yes or no. Okay. So sine in place of x we can put any value set of real number, anything you can put. And whatever the value of the result is coming f of x, that is coming because you know that one thing, the value of sine and cos lies between -1 to +1. So what does it mean? Whatever the range is coming, it is coming -1, 0, +1 and many more numbers lying between -1 to +1. Okay. So that means one thing is clear that this function is not 1 1 because let me give you an example. Suppose x is equal to 90, so the value of sine 90 is 1 and the value of 90 plus 80 270 is also 1. Value of sine 0 is 0, value of sine 180 is 0. What does it mean? There are 2, 3 and many elements are here. They are having the same image. So that means it is many one, it is not 1 1. 1 1, what does it mean? One element having only one image. Okay. So it is many one. Second one, it is onto or into. It is into because many elements like 2, 3, -2, -3, these are the elements, they are not having any pre-image in the domain set. Okay. So that means this function is many one into. And you know that the function is invertible only when the function is 1 1 onto. Okay. So now the question arises that how inverse trigonometric function is term using here, because it is not an invertible function. Now let us discuss a subset of domain. Suppose I am taking a subset of domain like -π/2 to π/2. Okay. -π/2, -90 to +90 and other values are coming -90, -85 like that. And here we are taking -1, 0, 1, -0.5, -0.5, +0.5 like that. And when we study about these two, one suppose this is domain now and that is codomain range, then you can see that this function is 1 1 and onto. This function is 1 1 and onto because we know that the value of sine lies between -1 to +1. And in the first and second quadrant, which you have studied in class 11th, in the first and second quadrant, whatever the angles are coming from 0 to 180, all the values are, sorry, -90 to +90, the values -90 to +90, all the values are having single image. So that means this part, -π/2 to +π/2 and -1 to +1. This is bijective. That means it is 1 1 onto function. And if it is 1 1 onto, what does it mean? It is invertible. That means inverse exists in it. So we are talking about this function. F of x is equal to sine x. That is okay. But remember one thing, not only single this subset of domain, there are many like -π/2 to π/2. One is -π/2 to -3π/2. Here is π/2 to 3π/2. And many more subsets of domain here, they are having with this. This is domain and that is range. Domain, range, domain, range. So there are many invertible functions present in that, but we are focused only on this minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so we are taking this one minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. It is domain and that is codomain range. F of x is equal to sin x. Now coming to the inverse. If we'll go like that. So f of x is equal to sin x, that means y is equal to sin x. So that means the value of x is equal to sin inverse y. X is equal to sin inverse y. And what is the value of x? F inverse y. So f inverse y is equal to sin inverse y. That means when we come from here, that means this is treated as a domain and it is codomain range. This is domain and it is range. So this becomes an inverse function. And because we are using f inverse y is equal to sin inverse y, that means it is inverse trigonometric function. Okay. So now let us discuss about inverse trigonometric function in this chapter. Here one important thing is, now you can see here this is domain and that is the range. So here minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is considered as a principal value branch. So now let us see that how many principal value branch, and I am making a table over here. Because for finding the principal value, we know that the principal value branch. So the principal value branch in it, sin inverse, the principal value branch is, what is it? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 for the sin inverse. Second is cosec inverse. Cosec is a reciprocal of sine. So it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But in the cosec, you can see that between minus 90 to plus 90, there's a 0. Sine 0 is 0 and cosec 0 is not defined. So that means 0 is excluded in it. Third one is tan inverse. Tan inverse, the principal value branch is minus pi by 2. It would be coming in open interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So remember these three. These are actually principal value branches. These are the principal value branches. You have to remember these: sine inverse, cosec inverse and tan inverse. Principal value branches minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. Now remaining 3, because there are total 6 trigonometric ratios, remaining 3. Cos inverse, it is 0 to pi. Same as whenever f of x is equal to sin x, you can see that minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. In the cos, it is 0 to pi. They are having the unique value. That means the function is 1, 1 on 2. It is invertible. 0 to pi. Then sec inverse, it is 0 to pi. But between 0 to pi, you know that cos 90 is 0. So sec 90 is not defined. So minus pi by 2 is to be excluded. And third one is cot inverse. Cot inverse 0 to pi. And 0 to pi, because tan 0 is 0, cot 0 not defined, and because it is in the open interval, so this 0 is not included, so 0 to pi. So friends, remember these are the principal value branches. When we are going to find the principal values, these branches are needed. So you remember this. So these are range. Now the domain, because you know that the sign which lies between minus 1 to plus 1. So minus 1 to plus 1. Domain, range. This is because it is the inverse. Okay, that means R minus 1 to 1. Tan inverse and cot inverse, set of real number, no problem in that. Cos and cos inverse, again same as cos lies between minus 1 to plus 1, and sec inverse real minus 1 to 1. By the way, these are not required domain. We need only range. Okay. Sine inverse, cosec inverse, tan inverse, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and the remaining cos inverse, sec inverse, and cot inverse 0 to pi. Principal value branch. Okay. Now I am taking question for finding the value of principal value. For finding the principal value. Okay. This is exercise 2.1 in NCERT book. Find the principal values of the following. I am taking a question in which we have to find 2 or 3 terms, like find the values of the following. This question I am selecting, find the value, principal value we are finding, actually total value, tan inverse 1, tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse minus 1 by 2 and plus last one is sine inverse minus 1 by 2. Sine inverse minus 1 by 2. We are going to find the value. Find values. Find the value. Okay. How to find the values of these 3 terms? Okay. So I am solving one by one. First I am taking tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 1. Let tan inverse 1 is equal to y. Okay. Inverse trigonometric function. So direct I can write here 1 is equal to tan y. Tan inverse will be shifted here. Tan y. Tan y is equal to 1. What does it mean? The value of 1 is value of 1 in 10 in a trigonometric table. 45 pi by 4, 10 pi by 4. Because 10, the principal value branch in 10, which is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. There is no problem. It is coming under minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, pi by 4. So therefore, y is equal to pi by 4. Okay. So the value of this term is pi by 4. Got it? Number 1. Second, let cos inverse minus 1 by 2 is equal to, I will take, suppose it is z. Okay. Any letter we can consider. Minus 1 by 2 is equal to cos z. It means cos z is equal to minus 1 by 2. Minus, what is the value of 1 by 2 in cos? Value of 1 by 2 in cos? Cos 60. And 60, that means pi by 3. So may I write here cos pi by 3? Cos z is equal to minus cos pi by 3. Now see the principal value branch, the cos which lying between 0 to pi. 0 to pi, and it is pi by 3, but with minus sign. So we will convert in the form of 0 to pi. What should be done? Cos z is equal to cos, may I write here pi minus pi by 3. Cos 180 minus theta, that is minus cos theta. So minus cos pi by 3. Without changing the meaning, you can write here minus cos pi by 3, cos pi minus pi by 3. So it is coming cos z is equal to cos 3 pi minus pi 2 pi by 3. So therefore z is equal to 2 pi by 3. Okay. And third part is sine inverse minus 1 by 2. And sine inverse minus 1 by 2 is equal to, I can consider at x is already there, y, z, w. Minus 1 by 2 is equal to sine w. The value of sine w is equal to minus 1 by 2. Minus, and what is the value of 1 by 2 in sine? Sine 30, pi by 6. Sine pi by 6. Okay. Sine minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. What does it mean? W is equal to, because the value of sine is lying between minus 90 to plus 90. So minus sign is possible here. W is equal to minus pi by 6. Okay. Now we got all 3 values. So now Adding 1, 2 and 3, that is equation number 1. Here is a 2 and that is 3. Adding 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3. Because sign is plus between them. So tan inverse 1, the value of this is pi by 4 plus second value 2 pi by 3 and third value is minus pi by 6. LCM is 12. 12 by 4 3 pi plus 12 by 4 8 pi minus 12 divided by 6 2 and it is 2 pi. So it is coming 3 pi plus 8 pi 11 pi minus 2 pi 9 pi by 12. 3 3s are 3 4s are. So result is 3 pi by 12. Okay, this is the value of this term. Okay, so friends, this is the procedure by which you can find the principal value as well as you can solve the question of this type. By the way, this is important. Cos inverse minus, this can be asked in a 1 marks also, that find the principal value of this term. So this is the principal value of the term. Okay. Any other question if you want to take? Others are same. This question I have taken, okay, in which you will get the principal value of all terms. Now we are discussing about some properties. So these principal value branches, you should note it down it. Important points, because whenever we are going to find the principal values, always a principal value branch, this table is useful. Okay. Next, I am writing some formulae which are using here, like the value of sine inverse. First I am writing here some properties. Properties I am writing here on the right hand side. Properties. These properties will be used, and I'll tell you one thing. You will remember the formula which you have learned in class 11th. Sin A plus B, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. All those formula will be used. Properties number 1, sin inverse 1 upon x is equal to, the reciprocal of sin is cosec, so it is cosec inverse x. Same as cosec inverse 1 upon x is equal to sin inverse x. Okay. Cos inverse 1 upon x is equal to sec inverse x. And vice versa is also true. Tan inverse 1 upon x is equal to cot inverse x. Okay. See. Next one is yes, sin inverse minus x is equal to minus sin inverse x. Out of 6, 4 ratios are there: sin inverse, cosec inverse, minus cosec inverse x, tan inverse, minus tan inverse x, cot inverse is equal to minus cot inverse x. I'll prove most of the properties. And next is 8, sec and cosec. Sec inverse minus x is equal to pi minus sec inverse x. And 9 is cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Other properties are, yes, sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2, sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Okay, these are, and others are, it's very important, 13th, tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. But that is the condition when xy is less than 0. Next is tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. And tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, it's very important, is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy pi plus, but it is used when xy is greater than 0. Okay, it is used when xy is greater than 0. That is one. Two more property in your book, it's not given, I am writing here. Sin inverse x plus sin inverse y is equal to sin inverse x under root 1 minus y square plus y under root 1 minus x square. If sin inverse x minus sin inverse y, then only this plus sign will be changed, minus. And 17th, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to cos inverse xy. If this is a plus, then minus under root 1 minus x square and under root 1 minus y square. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, sin inverse x, sin inverse y, cot inverse. Okay, and I am writing three more properties. Three, they are in the form of sin cos in the form of tan, like 2 tan inverse x. 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse. These three properties in the form of sin, cos and tan. Sin inverse 2 tan inverse x, sin inverse, it is coming 2x upon 1 plus x square. Second is 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. And third one is 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. The plus here is a minus. Okay, 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse 2x upon 1 minus x square. Okay, friends. So these are the properties which would be used when we solve the questions. Now let me explain you some of the properties. Suppose I am taking first one is anything else, because the procedure of proving is same as for all the properties. Suppose I am proving this sin inverse 1 upon x is equal to cosec inverse x. Okay. How to verify it? Let sin inverse 1 upon x is equal to y. Okay. What does it mean? 1 upon x is equal to sin y. 1 upon x is equal to sin y. If I put upon 1 and reciprocate it, then it is coming x is equal to 1 upon sin y. That means it is cosec y. Okay, that means it is cosec y. So cosec inverse x is equal to y. Okay, cosec inverse x is equal to y. And y is equal to what I have taken here? Sin inverse x. So what is coming this? Cosec inverse x is equal to the value of y is sine inverse 1 upon x. Okay, the sine inverse 1 upon x is equal to cosec inverse x. Same as we can prove up to here. Okay. Next I am taking, this is, I think you can verify these up to here. Coming to sine inverse minus x. Now, fourth one, sine inverse minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. Okay. Sine inverse minus x is equal to minus sine inverse x. Okay. Let sine inverse minus x is equal to y. Therefore, minus x is equal to sine y. What does it mean? X is equal to minus sine y. Okay. X is equal to minus sine y. Here may I write here, x is equal to minus sine y can be written sine minus y. And what does it mean? Sine inverse x. Sine inverse x is equal to minus y. So sine inverse x is equal to minus, and what is the value of y? Sine inverse minus x. Sine inverse minus x. Then the result is this minus is shifted here. Minus sine inverse x is equal to sine inverse minus x. Okay. This is the proof of this identity number 4. Now I am taking one more identity in the form of pi minus sec inverse or cos inverse, anything we can. I am taking cos inverse minus x. What is cos inverse minus x? Means how this pi is coming outside. This I am taking number 9th. Cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Friends, the procedure is same as for all. You can see that the procedure algorithm process is the same as which I am doing. Let consider 1 is equal to y, shifting and then transfer. Okay. Same as let cos inverse minus x is equal to y. Therefore, minus x is equal to cos y. Therefore, x is equal to minus cos y. Okay. X is equal to minus cos y can be written cos pi minus y, cos 180 minus theta minus cos theta. So it is coming cos inverse x is equal to pi minus y. Cos inverse x is equal to pi minus y. Cos inverse x is equal to pi minus the value of y is cos inverse minus x. Y is equal to cos inverse minus x. Okay. So that means if I shift cos inverse minus x here from right to left, it is positive. Cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Right. So 9th. Any other, okay, out of these three, sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Taking one of them. One is sin inverse x. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Okay. One of them you can consider as y. Let sine inverse x is equal to y. Then x is equal to sine y. X is equal to sine y. X is equal to sine y. Okay, and we are finding the value of cos inverse x. So cos inverse x is equal to writing here pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Now I'll put the value here. In place of sine inverse x is equal to y plus cos inverse x. Cos inverse x, that means this can be written. This means cos pi by 2 minus y, because cos 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. In the first quadrant terms, all trigonometric terms are positive. So sine y is equal to cos pi by 2 minus x. Okay, this is the value of x. Here I can write here, so x is equal to sine y and x is equal to cos pi by 2 minus y. Now I'll substitute the value as sine inverse x. Sine inverse x is equal to y. So it is coming y plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Okay. Y plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus y. So therefore, x is equal to cos pi by 2 minus y. That means cos 90 minus theta, it is sine y. Sine y. Okay. X is equal to sine y. X is equal to sine y. Okay. So this is proof. X is equal to sine y is coming here, and I have put a sine inverse x is equal to y plus cos inverse x is equal to y. Right? Take it in a different way. Sine inverse x is equal to y, x is equal to sine y, and this x is equal to cos y by 2 minus y. So what is coming here? X is equal to cos y by 2 minus y. I have put here the value of sine inverse x is y plus cos inverse x. What is coming here? Cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus y. If I will put the value here, then directly you are getting the answer. You can see this is y as it is y plus cos inverse x. Since x is equal to cos pi by 2 minus y, therefore cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus y. So if I put the value here, y plus cos inverse x is pi by 2 minus y. Y cancel, it is coming pi by 2. Okay. So that is the way also by which you can prove it. These three. Next is coming now 13, 14, 15. 13, 14, 15. 13th I am taking tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Okay. Here we will use direct a formula tan a plus b. Tan a plus b is equal to is a 11th class formula, tan a plus b, tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. Tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. This is a formula. We'll consider let tan inverse x is equal to a. Then x is equal to tan a and tan inverse y is equal to b. then y is equal to tan b. Y is equal to tan b. If I substitute the value here, tan a plus b is equal to tan a. What is the value of tan a? X plus tan b, y upon 1 minus xy. What does it mean? A plus b is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Okay, and a is tan inverse x plus b is tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Okay, so that is the proof of tan inverse a plus tan inverse b is equal to tan inverse a plus b upon 1 minus ab. Okay, any other? Sine inverse cos, again using the same thing, sin a plus b, we are using sin a plus b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, and cos a plus cos b, cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. See, if this is a plus sign, here is a minus. If there is a minus, it could be plus. Here also same as 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin 2x upon 1 plus x square. We use the formula tan 2a is equal to 2 tan a upon 1 plus tan square a. Okay. So actually these are properties, but we should know that how to prove these properties, only then we can use them in questions. Suppose any one of them I am taking from here 2 tan inverse x, 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. Okay. From this property there is a clue, sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. You know that one property of class 11th, that is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sin 2 theta. Do you know? Sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Is a property, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So consider, let tan inverse x is equal to theta. Tan inverse x is equal to theta. Then x is equal to tan theta. Okay, x is equal to tan theta. And I put the value here, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 theta upon 1 plus tan theta. Tan theta is equal to x, 2x upon 1 plus x square. Okay. Sin 2 theta is equal to 2 theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. That means 2x upon 1 plus x square. So that means 2 theta is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. 2 as it is, in place of theta, tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. Okay. So friends, this is a process same as 2 tan inverse x is equal to cos inverse minus 1. So second formula, you know that sin 2 theta is equal to, this is sin 2 theta, 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Second formula is cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta will be used here. Third one is 2 tan theta is equal to 2 tan 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. Okay. So what does it mean? Whatever the formula which we have already studied in class 11th, the same formula will be using in the inverse form. Okay. So I hope you will remember that, you will memorize. This is the list of the properties. You will remember the list of the properties. Okay, and in okay, any other question based on the property? Friends, I am doing one thing. This is part 1, and whatever the questions left, that means the questions are there in this chapter. We will solve the questions based on these properties in the part 2. Okay, till then, thank you.